All right, y'all, man. Where the lick read, man. Big Lamb back in this thing with another one, just like the last one. This one here, I'm gonna tell you this story, man. The time, man, my sister in Atlanta, man, tried to slick make us whoop her baby daddy on a humbug. You know what I mean? So, as you know, we finna go back in the A-time with this, right? But let me give you the backstory. Okay, just like I told you in the previous video, Summer Hill Nikki video, like I told you, man, my house was a rooming house, man. I grew up in a house with a lot of people, man. It all times. I grew up in a household, let's say with, I'm gonna just say 16 to 20 people at all times. I'm gonna give you the rundown again. Downstairs, you could have, my daddy had many old ladies, but this one of the most memorable ones, right? You know, say, so downstairs you could have Shemaine, Tequila. Shemaine, that's my daddy old lady. Tequila, that's her daughter, right? My daddy, there's 3 people, right? Me and my brother, there's 5 people. Up front, you got my daddy's wife, that's 6 people. In the other room up front, you could have at different times, mostly throughout the years, it's like Bud or TW and Pauline. And upstairs we had like 6 rooms we rented out. So if you got a man and a woman in each room, there's 12 motherfuckers. But every motherfucker up there ain't had no old lady, so give or take 16 to 20 people at all time. Now, skirt, take it back. If you miss what I said downstairs you can have my daddy, his old lady. And in the front, you got his wife. My daddy's wife was Pick. Now Pick was the butt naked truth. You hear me? The real deal in the battlefield, dog. You know, we called her Pick. Her nickname, Pick was short for Patricia. Her nickname was Grass. They called her Grass because she'd get on your ass like green on a blade of grass. And like I say, Pick was Summer Hill to the floor. You hear me? In and out, all around. It ain't on her, it's in her. You know what I'm saying? Pick with the truth. Now, Pick had, like, between Pick and her sisters, which was my aunties, I'm talking all of them were cold, stomped down gangsters. You hear me? You had Pick, Bobby, which was short for Barbara. You had Bay. I never knew Auntie Bay's real name. You know, then you had Auntie Duke. She don't like to be called that, but I forget, I can't think of her real name, but she don't like to be called Duke, but that's all I know her as a kid. So you got Pitt, Bay, Bobby, and Duke. If I had to rate it 1 through 4, shit, number 1 gonna be goddamn Pitt. Shit. Number 2 gonna be Bobby. You hear me? And I'm gonna give it a running tie between Bay and Duke. They were both about that action. But Pitt and Bobby were about that bullshit. You hear me? So, all these years in the hill, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, I went to school in Jacksonville, Florida, but I went home for the summers every year. You know what I'm saying? So, in the summertime, this was my mama. That is my mama. You hear me? That's my stepmama. But I love her no different. You hear me? This is somebody I know out the Twinkie. You hear me? So I'm saying, so out of all these years being in the hill, cause you gotta think, if this my daddy's wife, and he got an old lady in the bike, you know it's action on the set every day, or damn near every day. It ain't gonna take much for Pick to crank up some bullshit. And I don't know what it was, but shit, Pick like shit, hey, I ain't going no motherfucking well. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, throughout all these years, you know, drama on the set every day, I guess, you know, Pick had enough of it. And she eventually moved out. She eventually met this guy named Pete. And here come my sister. You know. And so they moved to the project. Now, like I say, back in the days in Atlanta, when all the projects stood, it didn't matter if you lived in the project or not. You was from the project. Cause goddamn, either the project was right across the street, or up the street, down the street, or around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Before they knocked down all the projects in Atlanta, I'm talking, they were bike to bike. Cover Home was a project that sat in the South Atlanta neighborhood, just south of Summerhill. Don't nothing separate us but University Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Take Pride straight on down. Now, in my opinion, like when you look at the history of Atlanta, you look at these videos, the Atlanta hood history, they'll tell you the worst projects in Atlanta, the most feared was, see, I'm from Perry Homes. Perry Homes, one of them. Like I say, I'm from Perry Homes, but I don't rep Perry Homes. Because when I moved away from Perry Homes, I ain't got no contact with nobody in Perry Homes. There's only one person from Perry Homes that I can get on the phone and talk to, you know, and that's Red. But, you know, this my mama age, but, you know, we still rocking though. But other than that, I don't know nobody from Perry Homes, so I don't claim the project. I claim my hood, Summerhill. But like I say, they'll tell you back in the 80s and the 90s, the worst projects in Atlanta was Perry Homes, Techwood, and East Lake Meadow. That's their opinion. My opinion, the projects I was scared of the most. Oh, number one, Jonesboro South. You hear me? Now, all the time growing up, I didn't know it was two of them, Jonesboro South or Jonesboro North. All I knew was Jonesboro South. Hell, half the time we were probably pulling up in Jonesboro North. But I don't think, oh hell no, as soon as I see them gates, oh hell no, we finna pull up in Jonesboro South. Jonesboro South, I was scared of Jonesboro South the most. Okay. The projects I was scared of the most. The worst ones to me were Jonesboro South, Thomasville Heights, John Hope, Carver Home, and goddamn Capitol Home. I'm gonna say Capitol Home was the second one I was scared of the most. So, my stepmama moved out here in Carver Homes, you know, and you can't bullshit the bullshitter now. It's drama on the set every day, you know. And I remember, man, as a kid, man, every holiday, I'm talking we the first row in the project. As soon as you come up in there, you ain't finna pass but 2 or 3 buildings till you get to our building. And the police stayed at our residence at all times. Every holiday. I'm talking about everyone. We over there clicked up, we deep. Army in full tow. You know what I'm saying? We deep. We know we deep. Pick know we deep. You got little old Pete over there by himself. First gonna start out vibing cool. Pick gonna start getting full of that Seagram gin and that blueberry orange juice. Before you know, she finna crank up the bullshit. And we finna be on the side like, oh shit, here we go again. We finna have to whoop this boy. You know what I'm saying? So, before you know it, Pick crank it up. I'm tired, crank it up. You know what I'm saying? And Pete wasn't no hoe. You feel me? That one thing he wasn't no hoe. Pete didn't give a damn how many of us was standing around. Man, Pete go to cranking up that bullshit with him. This, that, and third. This, that, and third. This, that, and motherfucker third. And here old Pete with this, that, and motherfucker third. For you know, Pete locked one on his hand. Yo! Pete not no hoe. Pete gonna lock one back. Yo! For you know, we on this ass. Yeah. You know, I was 12, 13 years old. Swinging on grown men, dog. You know? So, but like I say, man, time after time we'll sit back and we'll watch this go on. And with all due respect, like I say, I guess I didn't state this in the beginning. God bless the dead to my stepmama Pete. But anyway, we sitting on the sideline. We knowing Pete dead wrong. You feel me? We know she dead wrong. But we waiting on the bullshit because we know it's coming. It's inevitable. We can't stop it. We know she finna lock one on his ass and he finna lock one back. And we finna just beat on him. You know what I mean? So, let me bring you up to pace. At this time, my sister staying out there in Bankhead. You know, in these apartments called the Peaks. Well, I'm just say she was staying out Bankhead Highway. Because just like Shawty Low was talking about how T.I. ain't from Bankhead, now one of y'all from Bankhead. Now, God bless the dead, Shawty. But anyway, now one of them was from Bankhead. They was from Bankhead Highway. The real Bankhead is close to downtown, just right outside the bluff. They stayed like at the end of Bankhead Highway before you damn near get ready to cross 285 till you about to be in Cobb County. But I ain't gonna lie. Most people, when you think about Bankhead, you think about that Bowen Home area. You hear me? But I can at least say, at least Tip claimed his hood. Tip claimed Cedar Bankhead. You know what I'm saying? Center Hill Bankhead. You feel me? Shawty Low claimed Bond Home Bankhead, but that's not the actual neighborhood Bankhead. That's just the street. You know? But anyway, so at this time, she staying with my people, Auntie Duke them, out there in the Peaks. You know? Excuse me, y'all. I be having on hiccups and things, man. I can't help it. Ever since that COVID shit, man, I took that vaccine thing and I got the hiccups all the time. But anyway, so excuse me if y'all ever see me hiccupping up during these videos. But anyway, so this was the last time I stayed in Atlanta was around 2018, 2019, right? You know, I'm out Camden Road. I mean, not Camden Road, I'm out Camp Creek, baby. Princeton Lake boys, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Red Wine Road, what it do? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm out Camp Creek. I don't know why I keep saying Camden. Camp Creek, ho. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm out Camp Creek. Bankhead is a straight shot up 285. So the Super Bowl was going down this day. And I don't know if they invited me over, my family invited me over, or I just called like, what y'all doing? Because, you know, I try to hang with them a little bit more because I'm always around, like I say, my sister Nikki them. That's the other family I was raised with. If you ever, 9 times out of 10, that's who I was around the most, Nikki them. You know, so while I'm up there, I said, man, let me start really hanging with my other family a little more. You know, they don't really see me as much as they do. So I don't know if I called and checked to see what was going on or not. But the Super Bowl going down and I'm invited. Let's just get to that point. So I get the bright idea to bring her baby daddy along with me. Now, I don't know if I called her first and told her I'm finna bring her home around here or not. But I brought the boy with me. You know, me, I'm a family type person, man, because of the way I grew up, man. I grew up with a mama here, daddy there, and really, the true number of brothers and sisters I really got, I would really never know. I just got to the point where I'm tired of asking, and I ain't trying to meet no new motherfucker because you may end up being a motherfucker I don't like. So I'm just stick with the ones I already know. Just like that. Anyway, so, like I say, I'm a family man. You know, I'm all about somebody going to see their children. And not saying this about nobody in particular. One thing I do know about these females, they will hold these children against you. You know what I'm saying? They'll buy your children from you just to get at you. And they will pump shit in these kids' heads, thinking that it was this way when it wasn't that way at all. It was actually the other way. But who you gonna believe? You gonna believe who's in your face every day. I'm not for that. Not saying that this the situation, but I know how these women is. Y'all know how these women is. So anyway, I'm for family, you know? So at this time, my sister and her old boy not together. She was staying with them folk out MLK. And they ended up, you know, putting my sister out on some bullshit that she didn't have nothing to do, but they were just really jealous. Cause you gotta think, you got the grandma over there, you got the uncle over there, you got Greg over there, which was my sister's old boy, and my sister. Guess what? Just to keep it real, Granny ain't got nobody, Uncle ain't got nobody. They up in here fucking. You know what I'm saying? So really, they slick jealous. So they picked a petty reason to put my sister out. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no action on. They ain't got no action on sight. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my sister back with my peoples in Bankhead. So I get the bright idea to call Greg, say, hey man, hey, I'm going over my people's house for the Super Bowl game, man. You want to roll with me, man? Be around your kids for a little bit. I don't know when the last time you seen them. You know what I'm saying? Go. You know what I'm saying? Here, like, yeah, I'm gonna come get you. To get to Bankhead, I got to pass MLK. I stayed off Camp Creek in 285. I got to pass 285 and MLK, jump off real quick, swing down real quick, pick him up, get back on 285, scrape the Bankhead, jump off, go up Joe Jackson Parkway. I mean, James Jackson Parkway. So I'm saying, anyway, I picked the boy up. We in the building, y'all. And everything started out just fine. I'm talking about, man, they over here, it was like Romeo and Juliet. Lady and the Tramp, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that movie was when the two dogs were eating spaghetti and they were eating on the same string and they ended up kissing. Before you know it, like I say, they just hugging, kissing, love it, dove. Okay, cool. I'm out my peripheral, which I'm not too keen to seeing nobody kiss on my sister, but there's her peoples, and hey man, some people have public affection. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I wasn't too much digging that just to be sitting there and just, hey man, cause y'all doing a little bit too much goddamn kissing, cut back a little bit. You know what I mean? So anyway, somehow, it was a discrepancy on the play. They went from kissing and hugging and this, that, and the third to so and so. Play with the baby, you don't do shit for him anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm noticing all this out the peripheral of my eye. But some reason I'm not saying nothing. I'm just like, okay, just let it play out. You know how you see a situation going on and you kind of just let it play out, or you just waiting for it to pop off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, now I'm starting to have deja vu. I'm starting to think back to them days of Carver home. I'm like, man, we finna whoop this boy around here, man. Now, I can't say who right or wrong, but in my opinion, I'm just keeping it, I'm calling baller, scrack. I got to say my sister was more or less the aggressor. Cranking it up. Like I say, her mama picked. Now, she ain't got that it factor like Pick had, but she got that bone in her body. So she bout that bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be Pick was that one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she got that bone in her. So I'm starting to have flashbacks. I'm like, man, look here. They went from kissing and hugging to the baby going to the right or left. You get her. You get her. I'm talking the baby like a goddamn grandfather clock going like this. Right to left. Now, I got a lot of big little cousins now. Sturdy young boys from off that west side. You know what I'm saying? And let's say it's probably about 9 of us over there. Then you got my big cousin Quanda. Now, she bank head to the floor. You hear me? Pick one of them. Bon Home, Etheridge, Rachel Walsh, she from every one of them. She bout that bullshit. It ain't on her, it's in her. You feel me? Here she goes, she on the sideline. She really throwing out little slick laugh, ha, kiki. You know what I'm saying? She really trying to intensify the bullshit. Cause she wanna see some shit jump out so we can beat on them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting here like, man, goddamn. Once again, like I said about Pete, Greg ain't no hoe. I mean, he probably, he ain't that, but he not that. Let's just say that. He just ain't, he didn't, just like Pete, he didn't let the fight, it's a gang of us around here, make him just, you know, this, that, and the third. So, after so much going on, Greg just got up. He like, all right, man, I'll holler at y'all. Excuse me. He like, all right, man, I'll holler at y'all later. And then went dapping everybody up. And I'm like, man, where you going at? I'm like, man, where you going? He like, man, I'm going. I'm like, bro, I brought you around here, dog. I got to take you home. You know what I'm saying? So I like, man, hold up just 1 minute, bro. I think I watched the game a little more to the commercial, and I got up and I dapped everybody out. You know what I'm saying? And I finna run this boy to the crib. Now, we on the way out the door. The shit should be over with. Here come my sister. Coming down like this, storming. Storming. Uh-oh. She had that pig bone showing. She finna lock one on his ass. But I stopped her. I said, if you don't get your motherfucking ass in that house, and without no further delay, just like how you see on the cartoon motherfucker, the dog be running, skirt, and then she turned, I said, you don't get your motherfucking ass in that house. She just turned around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I say, he lucky that I brought him around now. That's the only reason why we ain't whoop on him, bro. Be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not on that snake type time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want him to think I brought him around here for some bullshit. If you with me, I got protection. You know? But I'm talking about shit. Now,